Life insurance, for a firm like ours, and without getting into the details of our history, our firm evolved from an insurance business over 20 years ago. And so within that, a lot of our clients do have long-term whole life policies, universal life policies, in which they paid premiums for many years, but have now built up both a nice cash value and nice benefit amount at their passing. What we have seen in our experience is that in lots of cases, insurance policies were set up for the nature of providing insurance, providing a potential windfall in a worst case scenario for a family, to support a family, to pay off a mortgage, those types of conversations that many of us have had with an insurance broker. For many of our clients, they're now past the stage where they need that asset for the sake of insurance. And now it has become more of a financial asset. And oftentimes an asset that was outside the purview of what they viewed as kind of their nest egg or what they would need for retirement. So within that, it becomes an asset to talk strategically about, to consider, okay, if my own financial security is in place, maybe this is an asset that I can consider for charitable gifting. And so there's a number of different ways that one could go about doing that. The most straightforward way to leverage life insurance as an asset to serve a charitable purpose would be to name an organization as a beneficiary. So let's say that, Bob again wanted to include East Shore as part of his legacy, and he identified life insurance as a good asset to be able to do so. He might say, I want 50% of the life insurance proceeds to go to my estate or to my family, or maybe to help pay estate taxes. But the other 50% could be directed towards East Shore Church, or maybe it's 100%. You have lots of flexibility as an owner of life insurance on how you would want to delineate how that money eventually gets distributed. So naming an organization as a beneficiary is really the most straightforward way to consider life insurance as a gift. The other approach that could be a bit more complex would be to transition ownership of a policy. So if Bob owns a life insurance policy and he's identified that as an asset that he could part with, and engages with East Shore to say, hey, I would like to transfer ownership of this policy to the church, you could do so with a bit more complexity. The major consideration there is if Bob were to gift an insurance policy, you would want to work closely with our organization to say, how are premiums being paid from this point forward? Who's responsible for paying those premiums? And just make sure that there's clear lines of delineation on who is responsible for maintaining the nature of that policy to assure that it stays in force and pays out accordingly at the right time. So life insurance is another great asset to consider as a legacy gift for charity or family down the road.